Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever been scrolling online and, you see a pitch that it just seems to get you? It promises a solution to a problem you've literally just been thinking about, and for a second, you're totally hooked. I want you to listen really closely to this next part. Let's just see how it feels.
Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? I was too. I really felt stuck in this cycle that I just couldn't seem to break. I was watching everybody else get ahead while I was just, treading water. But what if I told you there's a reason for that, and more importantly, a way out? I cracked the code to building real wealth.
And I've put everything I learned, every single secret, into one simple but incredibly powerful guide. I call it the Millionaire Mindset Blueprint. Look, this isn't just another book. It's the exact framework that changed my life, and I want to share it with you.
Inside this instantly downloadable PDF, you're going to discover how to earn 10 times more every single month. You'll get my personal 3-step wealth acceleration formula. This is a secret system I have never shared before. And you'll finally understand why 99% of people stay poor and how you can join the 1%. This is easily a $200 value all packed into one guide.
See that little bar on the left? That's where a lot of us are right now. But that tall one? Well, that's your potential. We're not talking about a small raise here. This is about a complete and total financial transformation, a tenfold increase in what you bring home. And I'm not the only one. Get this, over 10,000 people have already used this blueprint to completely transform their lives and their bank accounts. That's 10,000 success stories. Think about that.
And you can be next. You can get instant access to the blueprint right now. But, and this is important, you have to act fast. To make sure I can actually support everyone who joins, there are limited spots available. And believe me, they are filling up fast. Okay, let's pause for a second. How did that feel? Pretty persuasive? A little intense, maybe? Does it sound kind of familiar? Well, what you just experienced wasn't an accident. Nope. It was a carefully constructed performance designed to do one thing and one thing only. Persuade.
So welcome to The Real Explainer. What you just saw, that wasn't magic. And it wasn't some unique vision from a lone genius. It was a blueprint. A marketing blueprint, to be exact. And let me tell you, understanding how this works is an incredibly high-value skill.
So, a marketing blueprint is basically a recipe. Yeah, a repeatable formula that takes a potential customer on this journey, starting with a problem they feel deep down and guiding them step by step toward a very specific solution, which is usually, you guessed it, a purchase. It all works because it relies on predictable psychological triggers.
Now, these blueprints might seem super complex from the outside, but what's so fascinating is they almost always boil down to a simple 4-step formula. That millionaire mindset pitch we just heard? Yeah, it followed this formula perfectly. Let's see how. Okay, so the formula starts with the hook. That's where you identify a pain point. Then you provide the value by showcasing a solution. Next, you build trust with the proof. And finally, you drive urgency with a strong call to action. Let's unpack these one by one.
It all kicked off with the hook. Tired of living paycheck to paycheck? That is not a random question. It's a direct shot at a very real, very common source of stress and anxiety, financial insecurity. It grabs your attention because it makes you feel seen. It feels like they understand you.
Then comes step 2, the value. And this is all about selling transformation, not just information. You see the pattern, right? Earn 10x more isn't just a number. It's a promise of a whole new life. A 3-step formula feels like you're getting a secret system. And understanding why others fail, that offers you exclusive insight. Every promise is carefully engineered to deliver a powerful psychological reward.
Next up, step 3, the proof. That number, 10,000 plus, is a classic example of what we call social proof. It's designed to quiet that little skeptic in your brain. The logic is so simple. If thousands of other people have benefited, well, it must be legit, right? It must be safe for you to try too. It just lowers the perceived risk of making that purchase.
And the final step, the action, uses this powerful psychological 1-2 punch. First, the promise of instant access makes the reward feel right there, right at your fingertips. Then, limited spots create scarcity. that fear of missing out, or FOMO. That combination is absolutely designed to push you from just thinking about it to acting on it right now.
So where else can we see this blueprint in action? I mean, this four-step formula isn't just for selling online courses, not by a long shot. You will spot this everywhere, in movie trailers, political campaigns, big product launches. It is one of the most fundamental patterns of persuasive communication out there.
And this brings us to what I think is the most important takeaway of all. We often think of persuasion as some kind of innate talent, something you're either born with or you're not. But the reality is, it's overwhelmingly a learnable strategy. It's a skill you can absolutely earn by understanding the blueprint and recognizing the patterns. It's not magic, it's just mechanics.
So the next time you come across a pitch just like the one we saw, you'll be different. You won't just experience it, you'll actually see the architecture behind it. You'll see the strings. And recognizing the formula is the first step to becoming a more critical consumer and, honestly, a more effective communicator yourself.
The power is now in your hands. You have the blueprint. You can see the code behind the pitch. So my final question to you is this: where will you see it next? In an ad you see tonight? An email you get tomorrow? A speech you hear next week? Once you start looking for it, I promise you are going to see it everywhere.